going through a tunnel, there's always a dim light at the other end. You know you're going to exit. You have confidence that the tunnel will end and you will see the light again. So why is it that when we go through a dark time in our own personal lives, that we can't believe that we're able to get out the other end? Going through traumatic events are either going to give you strength to move you into that next level of your life or keep you stuck in the past. Welcome to this week's episode of the PTSD Growth Podcast. My goal is to give you the motivation to strengthen your life and guide you into that life that you're looking for. The pain that you feel can end and the life that you want can begin. You just have to take responsibility and take action. Events in our lives come and go like the wind on any given day. But it is the emotion that you attach to each event that will determine how long that wind is going to blow. You're either going to feel a breeze or it's going to blow you over. I want to give you some assurance. The storm that you're currently going through is almost over. If you see the light, example, believe, then there is sure to be an end. The storms that you're going through your life can last as small or as long as you want them to. You just need to adjust the emotion that you're giving to that event. So I want to start off today by asking a question. How do you see the events that you're going through in your life? Do you see them as a single event that will teach you something and then move forward with your life? Or do you constantly relive the events of your life, thinking about them all the time, trying to dissect why they happened to you, what you did to make that happen, negative thoughts like that? I want to talk mainly about today seeing an event for what it is, a single event that you went through in your past. Sometimes the feelings of these events can last longer. For example, when you go through grief, there are proven stages that you go through, and each stage of grief lasts different for each person. But everyone has control over how long they stay in each stage. Now, I don't want to focus on grief today, so I'm going to move forward. I just wanted to give you an example that whatever you're going through, there's always a time that it will come to an end. But how? How can you begin to end the storm that you're going through that has lasted longer, than it probably should? The first thing is to understand that the event that is causing the storm in your life is just that, a single event. The events in our past that we go through, great events, maybe a vacation that you went on, your wedding day, even for those like me who are divorced, your wedding day was still a really good event. Maybe the birth of a child, for those who have them. What I'm saying is that we all go through positive and negative events, yet all we do is focus on the negative ones when we're going through the storm. When your mind goes into a remember state of what you've been through in the past, say to it, literally say this to yourself. You know what, Adam? This was a single event that I went through. It was neither good or bad. It was just an event. Then continue on with your day. Your mind is conditioned to protect you from painful events. Your mind is conditioned to protect you from painful events that you're going through in your life. So what you have to do is train your mind to understand that these events aren't as painful as we're making them out to be. There are obviously painful events that we go through, and you have to go through the process, but not every event should make you feel a way of, pain or suffering. Don't add it to the top of whatever you're focused on. Then you just fill bad event over bad event over bad event, and you know what happens next. Now, my second point is be in control of how you feel about each event that comes into your life. Don't let that event control you. If you went through a tough event in your past, how did it make you feel? How do you feel about it today? When you think about that event, are you still having emotions attached to it? Here are some things that you can do when you think about that tough event that you went through. Start to see that event differently. Close your eyes. See the event from someone else's point of view. See it like you weren't the one that went through it. Your mind is a beautiful tool if you use it correctly. Now, most of us aren't. We are controlled by the events that we go through. Now, a little harder element that you can try, and it usually takes time and a lot of personal development mindset training, is to find the positives about that event. Like, for example, when my 16-month-old son died, if you were to ask me to find the positives about that event a few years ago, I probably would have told you it wasn't possible. But it has been over 8 years now and I see the big picture. Yeah, I'd give anything to have my little man back. But it has been used so that now I work with people struggling with PTSD. I live a very purposeful life and I really look at each event as what it is. I know that it's possible. I know that even when you have gone through a horrific event, you can live a life that is amazing. You can be fulfilled and live with passion and purpose. I know this because I've experienced it. I have over the years seen the positives from that event that I went through. And yes, finding the positives about an event is possible, but it might take a little longer of a journey than the other two steps. So let's quickly recap the 3 things that we talked about so you can begin to get past that event that is keeping you trapped in the darkness and not able to see the light. First, understand that it was a single event. Second, be in control of your emotions as you're going through events. And third, try and find the positives in every event. So, how do you begin to do this? Well, I want to help you with that. There's a couple ways. First, I've created a course. It's called Getting Past the Past. This is a quick 1-hour course that's going to give you the basic knowledge about moving forward past the event and begin to rebuild and to build resilience in your life. Now, the second one is I have a few slots open for coaching. Now, I know people are wondering, how do you coach a person with trauma? When we go through a coaching session, I don't look at your past or ask you to relive what you went through. We're going to work on your future and how you want to live. We want to create that life that you are wanting to live. Do you know how you want to live? Do you know what you want in your life? Or are you focused on what you don't want? Because whatever you focus on, you're going to hit, whether you want to or not. So begin to focus on the things you want. I hope this helped you out a little bit, and I hope that someday you can turn your mess into your message, because there's a good reason for crap in this world. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this podcast and like this episode. But also, make sure that you share this. There are so many people in this world suffering when they don't have to, and you can change their life with just a click of a button. I thank you in advance, and always, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.